Welcome to the world of Hearthron. I am the Dungeon Master Bilbo, except this time I wasn't the Dungeon Master. I was a player. Today I'm going to review a dungeon in the box. And unlike most box openings, I'm going to tell you how, as a player, I felt about going on the adventure Caravan of Peril that is in Dungeon in the Box. And then I will talk as a veteran dungeon master and a storyteller about Dungeon in a Box and what I thought about it. I purchased Dungeon in a Box for my 11-year-old grandson as a Christmas present. He was playing D&D, or he has been playing D&D, with my group since he was 6 years old. He has DM'd a couple of one-shot adventures from RPG Crate last year at his first attempts to hopefully one day take my place as the Dungeon Master, and I can just play. The plan was he would DM some of the family through the adventure that was in Dungeon in the Box. I didn't open the box or look at the material at all because I really wanted to be able to compare to the one-shot adventures in RPG Crate or in Dungeon Crate. And like I said, he ran a couple of RPG Crate. With RPG Crate adventures, I had to help him a lot with making battle mats, finding figures for the encounters, and game prep in general. With Dungeon in a Box, I didn't have to help him at all. I played a rogue. My wife played, who hasn't played in 20 years, played a cleric. And my two daughters, who have never played Dungeons and Dragons ever before, one made a barbarian and the other made a wizard. This is a perfect adventure for new players to try out Dungeons and Dragons for the first time. I'm sure that my daughters and wife will play again. I also enjoyed as a veteran player, and I thought it was a great way to introduce my wife back into Dungeons and Dragons. And hopefully she'll play again and maybe join our group here and there if she has a chance. We'll see. The great thing is my grandson had a campaign map to use as well as two battle maps in the encounters for the adventure. There were plastic figures to use for the encounters. It was a nice 2 to 3 hour adventure on a late Sunday afternoon. The adventure is set up as a party in hire a guard caravan. So the adventure is here, as I said, Caravan of Peril, and it's the secrets of Greenwold. And so we set out on a 20-day ride to the city Greyhaven. Along the way, we had random encounters and two planned encounters. No spoilers here. I'm not going to give anything away in the sense of the encounters. But I have to say I was very impressed with the writer David Crennan, and I'm hoping I'm saying his name correctly. We were successful in getting the caravan to the city of Greyhaven, where our adventure ended for the evening. Next month, our characters will be second level. After the adventure, I, as a storyteller and dungeon master, dived into the adventure Caravan of Peril. I have to say I was impressed. I plan on DMing this for my players, maybe when my grandson is away, or if we're short players for one of our regular campaigns, I'll introduce this as an adventure, and we'll go from there. I love the Caravan Generator. I'll just open the book here quickly to kind of show you a little bit. So no spoilers. But here's a generator, and here it kind of show you what's in the different wagons. And so you can roll a d6 if you want to choose for each of the wagons, or you can just pick what you want. And what I have to say for that is that here you could have some great role-playing moments along the 20-day trek. The other thing I really liked about the adventure is there's enough material that you can run it as a one-shot like my grandson did, or in the hands of a veteran storyteller, you could actually run a hex crawl, multiple encounters and terrain issues that would affect the caravan on the long journey to the city of Greyhaven. And run the adventure maybe in 2 or 3 part sessions. The only issue was I couldn't find Mara on the campaign map. And I know my old eyes don't work as well as I did when I was in sniper school, but even my grandson couldn't find the starting point. The adventure is the first in the secrets of the Greenwold arc for Dungeon in a Box. And this is for first level characters. So let me kind of go through, a little bit, what I found, and then, then I'll give a little final review. So besides the adventure book, and as I said, it's actually not that bad, 22 pages in all. And as I said, it's well put out here. As I said, you have, like I said, the Caravan Generator, Merchants and More. So you can random that. Here's a character in the adventure. I'm not going to give any details about him. Just as he's a little halfling wizard. Pretty cool. And then random caravan encounters. And this is also in a sense with terrain. So, like I said, you could really... And it details each of the encounters here as well. But I'm not going to go into that detail. I don't want to ruin it for other people. And then it also talks about, for the Dungeon Master, if you want to continue to tell this, the secrets of Greenwold. And it also breaks down the whole arc for 24 adventures. So 24 boxes, it breaks down the adventure. It has the world map here. Or maybe, well, not, I wouldn't say the world. But I would say the area of Greenwald here. Let's see if I put a little bit of a hit here on the map. And so we ended up, you see if I can find it here quickly on the map again. Yep, here we go. So we ended up here in this place called Greyhaven, that's the city. And I'm assuming this long road is to Mara, or maybe this road. Not sure on that part. But yeah, it's a great detailed map. I mean, to be honest, you could even color this bad boy in. And then also, which is really cool, is on the back, the secrets of Greenwold here. You have adventure notes and tracker on here, and legacy cards, which is really cool. I will read the 2 legacy cards. I have them. I dropped them out of the book. My wife found them for me on the floor after I went to work. The funny part is that she's at a neighborhood meeting, so I don't know where they're at. But one of the legacy cards is if the goblins steal the wagon, and that's all I'll say that. But you basically have, an adjusted skill checks, an advantage for the group can be used later on. And then there's another one if you're, the whole party, if you're successful in this story, you're given a different legacy card. Really cool, little extra features in that. You also, so besides the one map, the campaign map, which I really liked, you have the 2 battle maps. So here you have campfire here, both sides. So showing you the 6 wagons, maybe I put that out here too. So you have this, and then on the reverse side, you have kind of a wooded road, or just in the woods, you can make it a road, whatever. But very nice, so which you can use for random encounters, or one of the main encounters in the adventure. So that is really nice as well to have that. So also it comes in, I don't want to miss anything here that's in the box. So I'm just going to turn it. It tells you what's in the box. So you have the Caravan of Peril, The Secrets of Greenwald Adventure 1. And then you have the Caravan map encounter, or encounter map. You have flat plastic mini characters and monster tokens. There's a sheet of 11. And so, and these are from Arknight. I actually have some of these myself. So some goblins, some wargs, person here, some more dogs and such, goblins. And I won't lead to the bigger encounter. I don't want to spoil, so I'm going to leave a couple of the encounters off. But you get my point. You get 11 of those bad boys. You also get the token stands. Now, the only issue, this is the only issue I actually had with the box, is that with one of the, well, the main encounter in the story, you have some multiple encounters coming from different areas. The thing was, there was only 3 of these stands, but you had more encounters than stands. Luckily, as I said, Grandpa here has Arknight, and so I was able to just run down here in our game room, bring up a few pieces so he could get the rest of his stands, put stands for the encounters, and it was perfect. And played right there on the coffee table. Also in the box, you have some different wood type or cardboard encounter. So you have another wagon that could be moved. You have another one that's also movable but torn up. You have like a big mud pile, some rocks as terrain. You have some horses in each side. Then you have like a log. You have a treasure pile. You have some more rocks, which is cool. Then you have some smaller ones here, a brush or a chest, as well as here a bush, or a little light stone here. And then you get a couple other figures. So we got one, I'm going to take these off. Here, just slide this stuff off to the side. Sorry about the noise. So you have the little wizard here, who's right there on the back cover. So you have a figure for him, and I'm assuming he's going to take even more of a role later on in the other stories. And then you get some random, I believe these, you get 2 or more blind and scale miniatures. And so here's this dwarf that we got, and I'll show that because the sunlight there. That doesn't even work either. Well, let me bring that up here. So you get a dwarf figure, and I think these were from Reaper Minis. I threw the boxes already away. And then a big old Mastiff dog. Once again. So that all came there. There was also another miniature, but I have that, and there's another special miniature. Has no relation to the adventure, at least as of right now. But that's in a little bag, and it's in multiple pieces. It's pretty cool. I think it's an angel. I'm not sure. Archangel. I just briefly took a look at it, and it's a little further away. So here's my review of the box as a whole. This is perfect for any dungeon master to run the adventure who is short on time, or if you have the time, you can really build a great story and continue with the Dungeon in a Box Secrets of Greenwald arc. Without giving any spoilers of the encounters, I have to say I'm very impressed with the writer David Crennan on how he made some of the creatures that would be TPKs for first level characters into fun and beatable monsters. Bravo. I mean, I have to hands off to that. The campaign map is great. The battle maps were perfect to use, and I love the Arknight plastic figures. And like I said, my only complaint is maybe just have a couple more holders. But as we build this up, it will be better. Lucky for like I said, my grandson already owns some of these. I have already recommended Dungeon in a Box to one of my players who is getting his kids into Dungeons and Dragons, and with any luck, he will get his wife to sit down and play with them. This is a perfect adventure for new players, and like I said, you can run the adventure a couple hours on a Sunday afternoon on the coffee table. That's what we did. Also, veterans will enjoy it as well, but be fearful. Some of the encounters, like I was, we'd probably run away. But new players have no clue what they're getting into, and once again, hats off to the writer. I would also recommend this over RPG Crate or Dungeon Crate. I've had both crates in the past, and though they have their place with Dungeons and Dragons stuff, and they can be very useful for your game, they don't give you everything you need to run a dungeon, like Dungeon in the Box did. If you only play once a month, or like we're doing, sitting down with the family once a month to play a weekend, afternoon is perfect. This is perfect for you. You can get a box once a month, read what you need before the game. Like I said, this book here is only 22 pages, and it was a pretty quick read, and away you go. And thumbs up from Bilbo. If you would like to see more reviews of Dungeons & Dragons products from Bilbo the Dungeon Master, please hit the like and subscribe button. And also below, I will have a link for Dungeon in a Box website. I'm not getting paid by them or for anyone for that matter. This is my own opinion. As I said, I bought it for my grandson as a gift for him to give us a chance to kind of run the family through a Dungeons and Dragons adventure, which we enjoy greatly. Please tune into our Dungeons and Dragons show Wednesday night, 7:30 Central Time on Twitch TV, and I'll have a link below for that, in which we are playing Tales from the Yawning Portal, where the party is currently in Den Thay. And remember, it's cool to be a geek. Pass it on. Good night.